Man, this light is bright. Listen, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Listen, we are here and there is no topic for today's video. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. Listen, I'm turning on the phone lines. Tonight, we are venting, raving, and shooting the SHIT. That's what we're doing. I just decided to come out because why not? Things are changing. Things are starting to loosen up. I'm about to dye my hair blonde again and get back on the road. That's what's about to happen. Hey, Harajuku Barbie. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome. If you are from that mailing list, throw up that number 5. You know how we do it. If you're from the mailing list, put up that number 5 in the house. Put up the number 5 in the house. Listen, I'm turning on the phone lines because there's a lot of stuff that I am angry and frustrated about. And I wanted to just come out and just rant for a little bit, right? But before I started ranting, I wanted to So we have, okay, so you know what? If you got the notification on YouTube, put up a 6. If you're on my mailing list, put up a number 5. If you got both, put up 56. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How do you like my pandemic fro? This is getting ready to get slicked down. Oh, it's going to get slicked down in these, now that I'm getting ready to travel. So we got PJ who got the 56, Dawn with the 56, Dupree, chocolate. All right, Cookie Confidant, 56, Cappy's on the mailing list, Dommy, 56, Pat on YouTube. All right, well, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so listen, phone lines are open. The telephone number is in the description of the video. It's 323-488-3149. And if you are one of my platinum subscribers, then you have a special phone number to call in to get you to the top of the list so you can circumvent. And so I just want to hear what's going on with you all. What do you want to rave about? What do you want to rant or vent about? And what SHIT do you could shoot the, you know, it just doesn't sound right if you don't say the actual word. It don't sound right if you don't say the actual word. You are on the air live. What's your name?
This is Twani.
Hey, Twan, how you doing? So you want to do?
I'm doing good.
You want to vent? You want to rave, or you want to shoot the SHIT? Which one do you want to do?
Well, I seen you said that you was about to get back on the road. You going back to California? Is that undisclosed?
No, I'm going back to Cali. Cali.
Cali.
Yeah, so I'm going back to California, and I'm just gonna. You know what? Listen.
You New York out?
No. You know what it is? Is that, you know, it's been 9 months. Wait, yeah, it's been 9 months since I've been in California. So my truck has been sitting for 9 months. The trailer's been sitting for 9 months. They're opening up the airport in St. Kitts, so my dad is going to be coming back home. And so once he comes home, because you know I was here because I wanted to be with my family during the pandemic. And now that the patriarch is coming back, you know, the matriarch can leave. Oh, goodness. So
I
yeah.
wanted to call in because I'm just driving around. I'm doing some deliveries right now, so I just wanted to call you. I don't have anything really to rant about. I guess, like, you know, what I told you about my business, and I'm just doing entrepreneurship. I'm just kind of nervous, but I'm happy that I had savings, but I'm still nervous, like, you know.
What are you nervous about?
I'm just like, I don't know, like, I feel like, you know, I always say take the leap and the net will appear, but like...
The net?
You know,
what net? I thought it was supposed to be some wings. You're supposed to be flying.
Right.
Talk about a net, that sounds like you're falling.
Right. Now the net, meaning that the net will catch you. Well, in my case, I hope the net is just my business continue to grow in money. So...
Yeah, take the net out of your mind. Don't forget the net. Just throw some wings and keep flying.
Right.
Get
So I'm
your
trying to do some different things. Like I want to get me a new camera because I'm moving into my new apartment next week. So I'm gonna get me a new camera because I gotta upgrade from these cell phone pictures. Like it's just when you want to be professional, you gotta have a different approach.
It depends on what
So
type of cell phone you got. You know what I'm saying? You don't just go spending money because you want to spend money. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because these cell phones take better pictures than look. You know what? You play where you pay. You know what I'm saying? You get what at the level that you're at. And so cell phone camera pictures can be depending on the type of you have an iPhone or a regular.
yeah,
Yeah, so iPhone has the depth of field. What you talking about? Especially you
right.
got the
I
new
noticed.
iPhone.
Like my friend has a Canon, and then my other friend has a Sony like A6000, I think. And the pictures are just beautiful. And I'm like, I gotta step my game up.
You doing too
Like,
much. Just have your friend come over, buy them some White Claw. Or whatever you all are drinking out there in Texas. Get them some barbecue. You know how you all down in Texas like your barbecue, and just use their camera phone. You know, one thing that we do too often as entrepreneurs is we spend money we don't have to spend. Stop spending unnecessary money. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so you know what you do. You set yourself a goal, right? So because I'm a lifetime entrepreneur. So if I bought myself everything, no matter what you want, you will never have enough money for your desires because you could go into buying a whole island if you want. You know what I'm saying? Because your wants just continue to increase. But smart people do it smart, and you only pay what you have to pay. You know what I mean? Invite your friend over, get them some barbecue, and use their damn phone, put it on your memory card, and keep on pushing. You don't need to be housing a whole new camera and all of that other stuff. You don't need to do all of that. You don't need all of that.
You're right. And you know what? One thing that I'm happy about Best Buy is that they give you like 2 weeks with it. So I can make my decision. I'll be like, do I really notice a change? Is this really drawing in more traffic? Because like I'm in this group in Houston, like, Houston is a city of millions of people. And I posted like some things for my business and I got like 60 orders immediately. So I'm just trying to keep it going. But I'm like, I need to step my game up because it's very competitive in there. So you're right. I think I'm going to try it and see. They give you 2 weeks at Best Buy, and then if I don't see any like difference, then I'm just going to return it.
No. Let your friend come over and use the best cell phone camera you can. You do not need to invest in all of this stuff yet. You don't.
Right.
Because if you're at the point where you like, oh, I might return this in 2 weeks, you ain't returning nothing.
That's what happened with my computer too. I ended up keeping it.
Exactly. You're just creating a whole lot of extra stuff because in all actuality, how often are you going to, you said you have an iPhone. You got the newest iPhone, the one with the 3 cameras on the back?
No, I have the 10, but it still takes good pictures,
Yeah, you know what? You playing yourself. You want to know why I say this? Is because I have a Rebel, right? That I got when I had TKO skin. But I got TKO skin in 2009, 10, all of these years, right? But now, the pictures that you see me taking of my food on Instagram, I take that with a cell phone camera. The cameras are good. Son, we spend $1,000 on these phones. The cameras are good. I've never spent $1,000 on a camera besides the one that came with this phone. Take advantage of it, but you sound like you already have your mind made up. So you know what? Go ahead and get the camera. Get me one too, while you at it. It's just that you over there throwing money around, and when it's time for you to advertise, don't act like you don't have the money. I don't want to hear it. You pay me my money, and I will advertise for you. So just don't act like you don't got the money because apparently you throwing it around to Best Buy, but the black woman can't get. Oh, you don't want to support black business? Is what you're saying? Huh?
I definitely.
Because you got all of this money for that, but when you called me talking about advertisement, you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you an affiliate." Oh no, pay me my money up front, just like you paying Best Buy up front. Wow, you know something? Come on from your phone. Hang up. You see how they do black people? Are you gonna go to Best Buy and talk about I'm gonna make you an affiliate just like Is you gonna do that? You see how they do it, right? Come off of my phone, man. Let the next person call in. Come off.
I have one last thing I want to say.
What you want to say?
I got back in February, right?
What?
But this whole pandemic has been it's been a blessing. What do they say? A gift and a curse? Like, I've lost my job, but I've been okay. I've been stacking up my unemployment. Like, this is my first time in my whole life. I'm 37, ever getting unemployment. I want
you 37 now?
Yes.
Good God! When did we become the same age? I thought you was younger than me. I mean, you know what? I'm sorry that I don't typically talk about my. Wow, I thought you was much younger than me, Twan. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So you got your unemployment stacked up. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's been like a gift and a curse. Like for my business per se, like it's just been really good because a lot of, especially here in Houston, there's so many supportive Black people, and it's like so good to just get that. So I'm just trying. I don't think I would ever. It's kind of sad because my mom is, she's getting older, but I don't ever see myself moving back to New York. I just don't. Like, I love it down here. I love the black entrepreneur spirit is just alive. Like, I would have never developed this business in New York. It's sad to say, but it's just.
I mean, there's a lot of racists upstate New York anyway. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of racists. But listen, let me let you go. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, I'm going to be listening.
All right, the phone lines are open. We don't have a topic tonight. We just shooting the SHIT. That's what we're doing. We shooting the stuff. We just, listen, whatever it is that you want to talk about. Right now, I'm working on this podcast, right? And I had to interview a bunch of guys for the podcast because I needed to understand this phenomenon. We got Birmingham, Alabama in the house. We got all these names from England, all of these English names from U.S. states. But I get it, because there's a Birmingham, England, and the people there are called Brummies with their accents. But nonetheless, so Antonio is saying, okay, I can hear you now. Like your topics, you go into so many issues, people need to hear it, love, hate it. I hear you. We're gonna need to talk about which Virgin Island is in the house. We're going to need to talk about so much. So nonetheless, I was in the process of interviewing men today about this phenomenon of men being excused for receiving girlfriend privileges and acting in the capacity of boyfriend, but not wanting to have a title. So I interviewed a bunch of men today, and I think I have a grip on why. So look out for that podcast. I haven't made a podcast in a few weeks, but I appreciate all of you from supporting the podcast, right? I appreciate all of you supporting the podcast. The line is open. It's 323-488-3149. I love you all too. We got Grenada in the house, Trinidad and Tobago in the house. We got Lulu talking about I'm here on time and Lulu 13 minutes late. You see this CP time. This is how they get down. Hey Pinky, how are you doing? How's that vitamin E working out for you? We got Jerry Vick in the house. All right, listen, the phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. I want you all to be able to vent, rave. So it's rant, rave, or shoot the SHIT, right? Simple as that, right? We got New Haven in the house. I heard New Haven was the nice area of Connecticut. You're on the air live. What's your name?
My name is Yvette.
Hi, Yvette. Do you want to rant, rave, or shoot the SHIT? Which one do you want to do?
Rant.
Okay, so what do you want to rant about?
Somewhat of a rant.
All right, what's the rant?
What do you think about these male-identified women in reference to talking about Meg Thee Stallion and Toryland?
Wait, what are you talking about? Hold on. I'm sorry. My thing is about to play the video in the background. What are you talking about? Help me get up to speed because I have not been in the loop, as you see. Hold on. I'm sorry. My thing is about to play the video in the background. Look at my hair, the detail. And Antoine talking about he about to Look at the detail in this camera. You can see every curl and coil. So what do you mean by male identified women? I don't know what's going on. I have not been keeping up. I heard that she came out and said Tory Lanez shot her, but then I also saw that there was some people who were saying that she's a snitch as a result, but I don't know much more than that. That's all I know.
Well, okay, not even talking about their part of it, but the part about her being shot and people are saying that a lot of men are saying she deserved to be shot.
What?
And then a lot of women are saying she deserved it, or she, what did she do? Something that she must have done, or maybe she shot herself.
Maybe she shot
herself. An excuse. What do you need?
Wow.
I can hear you.
No.
Yeah, a lot of women.
Wow.
A lot of women.
That she shot herself?
Some people have said that.
Oh my God.
They always try to make an excuse for him for doing it.
Really?
A lot of women. So I was shocked about that.
I'm shocked to hear that too. Wow. I'm disappointed to hear that. I'm really disappointed to hear that. I mean, I can't even wrap my mind around why anybody, because you know, this is what happened, right? This is what happened. The day before that came out, I had gotten put in Facebook jail for 30 days for using the N-word, right? So I haven't been on my main Facebook profile, so I have not seen what people are saying. And I did not know that people were saying that. I don't even, I can't even form an opinion on the spot, but you know what? Let me test myself. Let me come up with an opinion right now. I think it's sad. It's sad and it's heartbreaking, and it just shows how Black women really don't have protection, but it's like we don't have protection from one another, and it just reminds me of I all of this time I thought female genital mutilation was something that men did to women, but it's the matriarchs in the family that hold the girl down and cut off her clitoris. So you know what, we are in a really sad space. We're in a really sad space, because I remember I read about breast ironing, and it's the women in the family that are like, oh, you're developing too soon, and then they take a rock, put it on fiery flames, and then press it on the 11-year-old, or however, whenever she starts to develop, press it on her bosom. And a lot of these women, these girls grow into women with scarring on their mammaries, and it's really sad. And you know what? The only thing I can say, really, especially being caught on the spot with this, is, I have really come to lower my expectation for Black people who are in the mire of the situation that exists in several parts of the world. But that right there is a Black American thing, I would say, because I can't imagine where else outside of this country with that type of toxicity. Like, there's toxicity that exists other places, like I talked about the clitoris and the breast ironing and stuff, but that's just so toxic. And I have lowered my expectation of Black people in this country, because you have to realize that who it is that you're dealing with people with some severe untreated mental health issues, generational mental health issues. And it's like I was watching this video, right? And in the video, it was talking about how Black people go to court and the stenographer can't understand the African American vernacular English, or the Ebonics, right? And so they're taking down the person's testimony, but they don't understand what this person is saying. So the Black people's testimonies are getting all messed up from the stenographer, so that when the juries go to read it, they're like, oh, they said this, like the stenographers didn't know what the word finna was. They're finna, I'm finna do this, I was finna do that. And they don't know what the word finna is, so they're writing down whatever it is that they're writing down in their stenography thing, right? And the stenography thing works. It's not like a typewriter. They have words, like most used words. So they're just putting out whatever it is that they're choosing to put down. And so I was listening to this, and I was like, you know what? Listen to the way Black people speak English. right? Or some Black people, listen to the way that they speak English. And I was like, well, what do you expect? They were forced not to be able to read. They had to learn English on their own from their own African dialect and they had to learn English in an environment where they were forbidden from reading and writing. And so this form of enunciation or lack thereof is passed down through the generations. So, I know how to speak my Ebonics, when I'm at home and in the comfort of my family. We also sometimes speak some Navisian dialect, depending on what day or what time of day or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? However, people who don't know how to speak, the king or queen's English or whatever the hell they call in this SHIT that we're speaking over here, I mean, what do you really expect? It's like we keep people starved off from being a certain thing, and then we fault them for being that thing. So all of that to say that I've really lowered my expectation for what it is that I expect from African Americans, because I have learned so much about Black women. I've learned so much about Black men. Oddly enough, from when I started doing my matchmaking service, and I started interviewing Black women and seeing where they were at mentally, and I had a different perspective of where the average Black woman was than before I started interviewing their relationship readiness. So we need help. We need help. We need help. Someone is saying, what is the root for the rapid escalation to violence? I mean, come on, everybody, we are all walking around with this hair wire triggers. We're all walking around with these hair wire triggers from hundreds of years of pent up aggravation that, because I was in the store. I was in the store a few weeks ago, right? I had to go on a long drive. You all remember when I went on that long drive. I stopped in the store because I had to get a charger for my phone. When I got to the car, I needed the universal thing on both sides. So universal, not USB universal, or whatever that's called, the USB-C. So I go back into the store. The lady never gave me a receipt because I want to get out of these stores as soon as possible for social distancing and whatnot. So the manager called the girl to come back to the register. The girl said, go get the stuff and come back. When I came back to the register, there was this woman there who was like, oh, I'm sorry. You're supposed to be back on me. I'm sorry. You need to. And I was like, no, I'm doing an exchange. And she was like, yeah, pero you don't see me standing here. You need to get to the back. And I was like, so I spoke to the lady at the register. I was like, please let me go ahead of this man so that I can, get this exchange done and over with, right? And she was like, no, I know what we're doing. I was like, she was like, you stand right there. I know this, that, and the other. So then the woman decides to go speak to the manager because the manager's Latina. And she's like, mira, yo estoy esperando aquí, pero esta mujer está enfrente de mí. Yo no sé qué está pasando. And so the manager was like, you know what? Well, she's just standing there. She's next in line or whatever, right? So then it turned into this situation where now the man has finished. This chicken decides that she's not going to social distance and give me my damn 6 feet of space because she feels that she's going to bogart her way up. And I lost it. Well, I don't want to say I lost it. I just started screaming at her. Screaming at her because I'm like, you need to chill. I'm like, we're all going to get seen. I'm like, this lady is here because of me, right? And it's like the way that I went from 0 to 60, boom. And she backed the F up. And then she started talking to the manager and she was like, and I was like, do you see that the light is not even on? I'm like, she's standing there because of me. And then the manager came around and she was like, because I started hollering at the woman. I was like, me entiendes? And I was like asking her if she understood what it is that I'm saying in English in case I needed to say it to her in Spanish. And then she was like, she backed up. But I think that there's a lot of Black people that are just at the brim of it's just exploding. Because we go through so much and we have all of this trauma embedded inside of our DNA, you know?
Right.
So I don't know if that answers your question. We just have a lot of generational trauma. And where it is that I am at right now, I'm just rolling with the people who want to roll the way I roll, because I realize that there's a lot of people out there and I cannot get every one of them.
Way harder for other people. For the simple fact that most women have been abused some kind of way. Some kind of way, for most black women have been abused. And for the same black women to act like those same black men did not cause some form of abuse. It's like they always give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, I hear you. But what do you expect from people who are dealing with hundreds of years of generational trauma and really no outlet? And they don't know. Remember inside of, I don't remember what movie it was, but they said that there are things you know, things you don't know, and things you don't know that you don't know. So it's like, what do you do about the things that you don't know that you don't know? What do you do about those things? So it's like, all of us, we're really doing the best that we can in the ways that we can. And you know what? Look, none of us are perfect. I just finished getting into a very drama-filled exchange behind the scenes with some poor young man who did not deserve that drama. But what can you do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because even as evolved as I am, there are still certain situations that take me out of my learned. I know better. Listen, I know better, but I could not control the impulse. So what about people who don't even know better? You know, what about them? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you are of like mind. There are other people in the audience who are of like mind. And so I just really have to, the people who are, because like you know what? It's like, okay, so you see a lot of people on the internet talking crap, right? You don't know these people. You don't know them. You don't know where they're at mentally. There's a lot of people out there with mental health issues. I met this guy at a seminar, right? I decided to hit him up. And I was like, yeah, you know, it's a pandemic. I just wanted to check on you and see how you were doing. He was like, yeah, you know, let's grab a drink sometime, something. And he was like, what made you reach out to me out of the blue? And I reached out to him. I told him I was going through my phone list because I'm looking for a black male voice. And I was like, then I saw your number and I realized that you never responded before. So then this guy ended up this exchange talking about he asked me to leave a review for his business, right? He has a bakery. He asked me to leave a review for his business. I said, I've never been to your bakery, so I really wouldn't leave a review. And he was like, well, what are you writing me for then? And I'm like, wow. I'm like, what is going on here? He was like, I'm confused. You said that you were checking on me, and I said hi, but now you keep talking, and I don't understand what's going on. And I was like, well, this is weird.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly. I was like, I'm checking on you. I'm like asking him about the stuff from the seminar. And I'm like, you expected it if I'm checking on you just to say hi and then the conversation is over? Plus the dude asked me to come out for drinks, right? So I was just like, I deleted this person's number. And I wrote back to him and I said, listen, God bless you I was like, may God cover you in her loving hands. And I was like, may you have the mental health and psychological wellness that you need to live a happy, fulfilled life. Because I don't know what that mother effer is going through in his life. Just like you don't know what these mother effers are going through on Facebook that are leaving these stupid comments.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true.
Some of them might have some patch holes inside of them from being shot. You don't know.
They have to.
So I'm not investing in these people's point of view from online, because you know what? It's like too often we internalize these people. Like that man with his foolishness today. I summed it also up with saying, hopefully you're able to see a human being's worth outside of leaving a damn review for your business or
Yeah,
buying one of your damn cakes. I ain't use the word damn
right.
in it because I wanted to end it very nicely on a high note,
Hmm.
but it was weird. And people are weird. What's your name?
Event.
Yeah, Yvette, people are weird, and
Hmm.
you just kind of because you know what, you go crazy trying to battle people with different points of view. You just gotta roll with the people with complementary point of view. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say.
Yes, it just was shocking. That's all. It just was very
Don't be
shocking.
shocked because you don't know who these mother effers are. There's a lot of people out there talking about relationships, but I am a life coach and I see what's going on behind the damn scenes, and there's a lot of effery out there. There's a lot of
Oh
foolishness
my
out
goodness.
there.
Yeah, I don't want to get started on the life coaches because there's some, I don't know. Another thing, why do women call into a male dating coach and ask to be graded? I
Graded.
don't understand it either. Yes, they ask for the male life coach or dating coach to grade them, and
Listen,
he downgrades them and tell them that they may as well they were the last man they were with or all kinds of grading stuff. But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
yeah, like I
But
said,
anyway.
people out there are weird. You know what I need you all to think about? This is what I need you to think about, Yvette. Just think about mental health and think about there's a lot of people out there that are undiagnosed. And please just continue to move forward in your life because there's a lot of people out there who are not mentally well and they don't know that they're not mentally well and they're just living their lives. Some of our doggone parents are not mentally well. Some of the people in our family
True.
are not
Yeah.
mentally well. Some people who come to the barbecue, they're not mentally
Mhm.
well. They're not psychologically healthy. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, we thinking too much of people on Facebook that we don't damn know. Let them go about their business.
Oh
Just
yes.
say take away yourself. Just
Okay.
tell them that and just keep
Oh
on
yes.
going. All right. Thank you so
Definitely.
much for calling
Thank
in.
you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, so somebody's saying I like the fact that Tonya doesn't curse. Oh no, I curse. You catch me on a good day, you'll hear a barrage of them pelting out through my mouth. I don't hold it back anymore. I spent 11 years not cursing, no more. I curse when I effing feel like cursing now. It's as simple as that. Because it's like, for too many years I tried to fit myself into a mold that wasn't me. And now I'm more authentic to who it is that I truly am. And I curse when I effing feel like cursing. You are on the air live. What's your name?
Hi, Tonya, it's Candace, piece of candy.
Hey, piece of candy. How are you?
I'm happy I finally got through. It's been so long. Can you hear me well? I'm on speaker.
Yeah, I hear you well. I hear you well. So what do you want to rant, rave, or shoot the shit about? See, I just curse.
I'm gonna piggyback on the previous conversation because I just heard about this guy, another one of those MGTOW coaches, and they're like disparaging women of color, disparaging black women, calling us names, calling us that, and that's why we won't get men, and saying that we're just not gonna get men of value and yada yada. It's just so crazy. It's just like anti-pink pill. We're not holding
Oh,
doors. We're
speaking
not
of
paying for
which,
anything.
hold
We don't
on. Let me
deserve
give
it.
a shout out
Oh,
to the beautiful women of Pink Pill and Chrissy's channel and to all of the people who was rocking in those
shout out
comments
to the
yesterday. So yes, you know what? This Black Girl Magic, let's follow one another. Pink Pill,
yes.
Chrissy, who else? Who else?
Yes, her name is Crystalline Pink Pill. Her name is
I
Crystalline.
know, but who
We
else
have
should we
Christy that we
follow?
know about,
Paris
and that's all that I
Milan.
know.
I still rock with Chronicle Speak. So yeah, Black Girl Magic. Follow, follow,
Crazy.
follow, follow. I don't follow toxic people. Somebody saying wacko.
Yes, exactly.
So go ahead,
Oh
finish saying
no,
what
I'm
you were
not
saying.
listening.
So
I'm so excited that you're going to bring your podcast back as well. I'm looking forward to Goddess on some part of the grid.
you know what I'm saying? Listen, my heart is on the road, and I'm getting ready to
I
buy me a
know.
big new truck. Listen, when I tell you, I'm going to California and I'm going to get me a big new truck with an engine that's strong enough to pull 2 of my trailers. And I think I'm going to get me a drone and then just drive cross country. I need to, you know what? Maybe some of you can help me with this. I need to get myself a firearm license. But I need to understand the licensing laws for traveling through states with the firearm. So,
Well,
I am
definitely, I think it's something that's also
yes.
very good.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So,
I hear you.
no, I said I am Iloho. That's another one. I am in New York
I
right
love
now,
Annie Loho.
but not for
I love her as
long.
well.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, like, I want to say what you're doing right now is actually the right thing, and this is the way we should be. We should promote each other and say each other's names on each other's platforms while we're alive, not as flowers, to commemorate somebody that's passed. Like, why am I saying your name when you're gone? I can say it right now on this channel, and people can click and go to I Am Iloho and see what she has, and click right now and go to Crystalline and, etc. So this is what we're doing. So once again, thank you. Like, this is what we should be doing, saying each other's names.
Yeah.
You're a friend. A friend is someone that screams your name in a room full of opportunities.
I know that's right. Scream my name in front of opportunity.
Hello.
So finish
Oh,
telling me
all my
about these
friends.
MGTOW people. Finish telling me what you were saying.
Sure. So MGTOW, for people who don't know what it means, it's the acronym for men
their own way.
Going their own way.
Mm-hmm.
And they're literally like coaching classes from a lot of men who are like, I call them ex-players, and their whole thing is, we can help you get the booty without having to spend money, without having to like be nice to girls or women, without, investing anything in them, because they're just using you anyway, and yada, yada. Very interesting conversation.
Yeah, but you know what? I think you have it a little twisted though. So there's a community of PUAs, which are pickup artists. Those are like ex-players and current players. The MGTOW people, they are whack. They're undesirable. I got the horn on that one.
Their whole basis is just like anti, women being hypergamous and or just being feminine or promoting ourselves.
You want to talk about shouting out people's name while they're alive? I do not have enough vapor in my throat to moisten it enough to talk about these fools. It's like, if they're gonna go their own, I support MGTOW, because MGTOW are people, men who want to go their own way, and I'm like, good. And when they come out talking about MGTOW forever, I told them, yes, take yourself out of the dating pool, remove your genes so that your genes will die with you, and just go your own way. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. So we should just buy them some tickets. Let me stop. I'm kidding. No, I'm not supporting you that way.
Listen.
Oh my goodness, that's an interesting perspective. Like, I didn't think about that before. Like, rather than having anger and frustration, it's kind of like how I say I like my racist. I like my bigots to be very bigoted. Yeah, I like my MGTOW men to be very MGTOW-y. Just go all the way that way. Have all the peace you can find.
Yes,
that makes sense. It's a very interesting perspective. That's why I come on your channel.
Yeah, I met a guy who was MGTOW in real life. So I met him at I was at this rooftop party in California. You know how it is in Cali, the nights are cool, so they have like the little heating things, so you all sit close together under the heating lamps.
Yes.
So we were talking, and he seemed a little weird anyway, but then when I mentioned, so you know what it was? He was trying to teach me how to milli rock or milli wop, whatever it's called. I don't know if it's milli rock or milli wop, but he was like this. He had on these combat boots and these dreads, and he was like, and I was like, it's not that aggressive. I'm like, the milli wop is kind of, cool, like, He was like, when you go to Dave and Buster's and they have that ninja thing with the fruit ninja, that's how he was doing it. And I was like, no, that's not how it goes. And then he started talking about how he was not appreciated and all this, I don't know what I'm talking about. And he's like, this is why men go their own way. And I was like, you know what, good. It's like those type of men need to go their own way, right? And then it turns out it turns out, because I thought that it was MGTOW, because I had never heard someone say it, and he was like, MGTOW has a lot of theories that actually work, and they teach you how to be a better man. And I was like, you know that Kermit thing where Kermit is like, that's the look that I was giving him. And I was like, you know what? And then it turns out, so I ended up becoming friends with one of the persons who I was huddled near underneath this thing. And becoming friends with the guy, he knew this other guy, and he was saying that there was some problematic SHIT going on in this man's life. He is, I don't want to say too much because you know I'm a public figure, these are real people, but he had some violence issues behind the scenes. He really hated women, and I remember I was hanging out with the person who became my friend, right? And he called up the MGTOW guy on the line, or the MGTOW guy called him, and he was like, "You're with Tonya? I hate her."
Oh no!
And I was like, "What the hell?" I was
like, okay, well, thank you then.
I was like, all of that. I was like, this man is standing up there screaming about how he hates me, and I don't think about him. He was like, I hate her. And I don't even, I think nothing. I have no.
I'm not sure I know who you are, sir.
Talking about stuff. I hate her. And I was like,
OMG.
I was like, this is too much. You over here thinking about me enough to hate me? So that's.
Can I say one last thing?
Sure, say what you gotta say.
I was watching you yesterday on Facebook Live, and just like the people jumping in the chat to talk about, I don't believe in New Age spirituality. I don't think we can see anything. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm like, could you just get off the page? I don't understand people who subscribe, turn the notifications on, and come on when you're on to say, I don't like you.
Well, you know what? I will say this, right? I'll say this, right? You know, it's like sometimes you just really have to, I'm telling you, being a content creator, I mean, that's an excellent exercise in being able to navigate your energy and being able to hone your energy, because even though those people were behaving that way, I was still able to hone in on the person who I was reading for and be able to give them a reading. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
yes, it was great.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like when you said that, I actually even jumped in. Like I'm like, first of all of what you're talking about here, not distracting her. She's giving the reading to the person. They paid their money. You're not even interrupting their time. It's still going on with or without you. Bye. You know, so that was really, really good. And there were some people in there supporting, but I'm just so like shocked. I'm like, why is it like that every time we go there on Facebook? They're just not great shit.
You know, Facebook.
Not everybody.
Facebook is a special type of place, and that's part of the reason that
very special.
I haven't made videos in quite some time, because I got demonetized on Facebook. So my 90 days comes up on September 12th. So I haven't made a video in 60, 70 days, something like that.
That's crazy.
And it was actually really good. It was actually really good to be able to have that break in making videos and to really kind of understand what it is that I want and where it is that I want to go. You know, and it's nice to be able to have the freedom, because I have enough money saved that I don't have to lift my finger to make another video or do anything to earn money for 5 years, and I still be able to maintain my current lifestyle. So I consider myself to be, I don't want to call myself wealthy, you know what I'm saying? But I think
you're not hurting.
I think that according to the lives that we live, when the average person, they say, can't go 90 days without income, you know, I feel happy that I have the cushion. And you know, you get to really know who it is that you are. When you have money, you get a chance to know who it is that you are. You know, money, having it, not having it, it really only, it only magnifies who who you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think the fact that I haven't made a video in about 70, 80 days is a little concerning to me, because it makes me wonder, do I even really like videos, or was I doing the videos for the money? You know? Because you see, I still do live videos, and I don't get paid for the live videos. I don't get paid on YouTube, as a matter of fact. YouTube does not pay me.
Right.
YouTube, other people get paid on YouTube. I'm not one of those people.
Right. So then that would say to me that, yes, you do enjoy doing it. You're doing it the way you want to do it, you know, and where you want to do it and how you want to do it. So, you know?
Yeah. And I don't know, child. I don't know. Because I love making videos, but then I don't know. I'm concerned that I haven't edited a video in 80 days.
You're quarantined the video collection. It's quarantining.
You know, listen, because you know what? It's like, I don't feel like being used. Because, you know, it's like Facebook will keep your videos up on their platform, but they just won't pay you for it. And the BS,
this is ridiculous.
The BS reasons that they gave me. Do you know the reason that they gave me for taking away the monetization on my channel?
The previous time, like right now, or like a while ago?
No,
like
now,
last year or something
right,
like that.
right now. It happened to me again.
Oh God.
Like last year, I got into an argument with some racists, and I lost my monetization by talking to these women about gurgling on black balls, right? So I said, you know what? I ain't gonna talk to these women, because I was telling these women, I was like, these white women who were coming out there thinking that they have an authority on talking about the black family and black women merely because they gargle on some salty black nuts, right?
Right. Take it easy.
I lost my monetization. So I
don't want to have to write another letter. I had to write a letter the last time.
So that was on YouTube, when YouTube had done something to me. YouTube took something.
I remember.
Yeah, and you all came together and jumped on these people, and then it came back. And
we said her name.
Yeah, wait, was it a person?
No, I'm talking about you. When they demonetized, like, for whatever reason, you got blocked, and then we were like writing the YT creators and Twitter creators and everybody like, listen, what's you blocking Tonya for? Which video is it? Why we can't see? Tell us about it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And then they came out on Twitter, and on Twitter they acknowledged me, and they got that SHIT right together. You know, so absolutely. So yeah, so you know what? All I can say is, you know, just do you online. That's all I can say, because there's a lot of different people out there. Just do you. Forget the MGTOW. Forget these women talking about shooting black women in their foot, and the men. Just forget them people. We just gotta keep moving forward with like minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Seriously, find your tribe and check yourself. You know, that's about it. That's all you can really do.
Absolutely.
I said it before. This is a lesson on internal work right here, right now. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I've changed during this pandemic. How have you changed?
Well, a lot of things have changed. I think we kind of talked privately a little bit about it. But you know, I'm actually in mourning. My mom just passed recently, so I'm just kind of figuring out what I'm gonna do with myself, because I've kind of devoted myself there for a long time. And so I'm just kind of like, well, what do I want to do? I don't want to jump around. I don't want to run around. I kind of like this. I'm gonna go ahead and rely on my own skills and my I'm not trying to go 9 to 5 and expose myself, and I'm not really worried about that too much. But more than anything, I'm like, great, now I have time just to do what I'd like to do, you know? So to start dancing again, doing hair again, and
what type of dancing?
Other creations I have.
Candy.
Say it again?
What type of dancing, Candy?
I do African dance and Haitian dance.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was a different type of dance.
Yes, I know. Okay, segue, I'll make it short. Every time I say I'm a dancer, they're always like, ooh, of the pole variety. I'm like, because I'm not waist thin and or pale, so I'm not, I'm not a ballerina, so I must be scripted.
Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, you know, there's something to be said for a woman who, from the peeling off of her robes, can get men to throw piles of money down onto the ground. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with it, you know? But yes, okay, so
Yeah.
some African dance. Okay, well that's good. I'm so happy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll probably get back into that, and that's pretty much it. No Labor Day this year, so I'm just taking it moment by moment. Just make my little creations and do whatever businesses I can. Take care of my dog however I can, and that's it. Take care of myself.
Yeah. Well, your mom is smiling down on you, so keep going, keep
Thank
going.
you. Thank you.
All right, Mama, love you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye. All right, so phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. Listen, it's true. When people at this age talk about becoming a dancer, what we thinking? We ain't thinking they taking up jazz and tap. You know what I'm saying? There's many types of dance out there, and it's all has a place. You know what I'm saying? It all has a place. I love it all. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
How are you?
Oh, child, I am in a flurry of emotion right now. So talk to me.
Well, I'm from Louisiana, and I want to rant right now about the young man that was just killed in Lafayette, Louisiana, by police officers on Friday night.
Yeah,
It's
shot in the back in front of
really
his children.
Ma'am?
Shot in the back in front of his children, that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they saying, all kind of stuff. And it's just crazy because, like, being from Louisiana, you get used to racism and, like, slick things that white people say. But it's like right now they're showing their asses, like, completely.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous.
And you know
because
what? This pandemic has also had me change my point of view about Caucasians. And I think that it's time that we started looking at fact in the face. You know what I'm saying? And start seeing what whiteness has done to this world and really take it at face value. It's like we keep expecting for these people to behave or be something different. How many people out there saw Black Klansman? Put up the number one. After I saw Black Klansman, something shifted in me. And I realized a lot of different things. I don't want to say them out loud right now because some of them aren't appropriate. But go ahead, please.
Right. But I understand completely because my whole, I just try to keep it together, especially because I work with a lot of, Caucasian people. Sometimes it gets really hard because they'll say something, but I'll, put them in their place, but in a nice way because I'm only 25 and most of them are in their 50s and stuff. So I try to be respectful, but at the same time, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because that's really disrespectful.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. So I'm talking about the movie that was, I believe it was produced or directed by Spike Lee. I'm not sure. But it's called Black Klansman, and it's about this black police officer in the 60s, 70s. Who's that in the background?
That's my baby.
Who chasing the baby?
He likes to make a lot of noise. He's trying to talk too, I guess.
How old is he?
2.
Okay, so I can imagine with a son that you feel an extra amount of concern for the type of world that we're living in. And so I think it's important that Denzel's son was the star. Who in that movie was Denzel's son? Wait, the main police officer was Denzel's son? What? I'm tripping right now. I would have thought he would have at least looked like Denzel. What? I mean, he had an interesting way of speaking, but wow. I did not know that was Denzel's son. I didn't know Denzel had a son that was that old. John David Washington?
Yes, I do remember seeing a program about that being his son, and I was taken back too because I was like, he doesn't look like his dad,
No, and he does not have his father's swagger. I never thought Denzel was handsome, but he always has swag. You know what I'm saying? So to come back to the point of your call, right? The guy who was shot in the back. I think it's high time that Black people started waking up and started really seeing what it is that we have before us. I remember I saw there's this guy called Preston Smiles, right? He's a transformational coach. And I saw on Instagram the other day that he had a gun. I don't know why I'm saying it like this. He had a gun at the shooting range firing shots. And this is a very spiritual man. And people were criticizing him. And he was like, believe me, the last thing I wanted to do was get a gun, but, to protect my family. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I think it's time that we really started looking and seeing the proof that is before us. I think it's time that we started looking and seeing the proof of what's before us and really stop putting ourselves in a position to continue to perpetuate these images over and over and over and over again. So we got on the news, we got Black people, Black men being shot down. We have on the morning shows people talking about that. We have movies showing us in subservient positions being beat down. And I think it's high time that we started shifting the narrative. And I think it's time for the Black Panther Party to come back because I'm so tired of these mother effers. I'm so tired of these people complaining.
Yes, definitely. The nice way is not working, so
exactly.
Time to try something different.
It's like, you know what? I realized when I saw Black Klansmen, right, that these people, these reprobates, right, these recessive gene mother effers, right? And I'm just gonna leave it at that, right? These recessive gene having mother effers, they are of the mindset that they are superior, right? And that we are inferior. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. For the person who says I don't curse, listen, I'm cursing right now. Look, I don't give a fuck. I don't care whether or not you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. I don't care whether or not you don't think I got the right to live, motherfucker, but you will respect my space. Goddamn. You will respect my space. I don't care what your thought is about my life, bitch. I have the right to live. And I have the right to live freely and fully and profoundly, with or without your permission. So no, I think it's high time that we stop looking around, at these people expecting mercy from them. How much more evidence do we need? How much more evidence do we need? These people are not rational. They think that they have the right to take our lives simply because they don't feel that we should live. Bitch, I don't think you should. Let me pull it down a notch or two. Because I'm telling you, if there's strange apples swinging from a tree, there need to be strange pears swinging from the next one. Goddamn, and I ain't playing.
Okay. Because it's getting too much out of hand. I feel like people are more like blatantly, showing their racism, especially like, a lot of people, we stay in small towns in Louisiana, so a lot of people know everybody and everybody's friends on Facebook. And then you'll see someone you went to school with or that you knew for years, and they didn't act like that. But then when stuff like this happens, it's like, oh, okay, I see you. I see what you really are,
Yes, exactly. They're showing their ass, and it's like, I understand that we are Mother Earth and we have creator energy. I understand that. But part of loving yourself is protecting yourself. Part of loving yourself is protecting your person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I like that woman who was trying to come up on me, not giving me my distance inside the store, and I had to holler her back. It's like, I don't care what you're upset about. That is not my concern, but you will respect my sphere. You will, that was too New York, sphere. You will respect my sphere. You know what I mean?
Yes. And it's like sometimes you have to get that way. And even though you don't want to, like that's the only way that they'll back off or like see that, oh, okay, she's not playing. Let me just chill out.
Exactly. Like, listen, these people, they test the waters and they know who to try that SHIT with. They know who to try it with.
Right.
Like, I just got a copyright claim on my video from Birthday Becky. Some business is trying to claim that I don't have the right to play the Birthday Becky video. And so I had the chance to revisit it while I was filing my appeal or my dispute. And I just thought to myself, I wish a mother effer would. I'm singing my little sister happy birthday, and you gonna bring your rabbit ass out from your apartment to say something to me when you ain't got no business opening up your goddamn mouth to talk to me? We got people standing in front of other people trying to block their way in the doorway, and they only play that shit with certain folks.
Mm-hmm.
Because your phone and your 911 call will be sprawled across the fucking floor. You try to get in the way of me. And if you try to stand behind my car, I walk around with a can of mace, bitch. I will mace you out from the back of my car and then back up. You and your damn baby. It's like if you don't care about your baby could catch some vapors from the mace too. It's like, move. Exactly. I'm so tired of these people harassing us, accosting us, blocking our path, and wishing for the good old damn days. Their good old damn days when you were a subservient negra, where you couldn't do no better, where you couldn't take care of yourself. And it says a lot about these people. It says a lot about these people that when they were in the majority, that when they were the people with the power, how they treated the minority group who needed their protection. This says a lot about a person that when another group is weak, that you try to beat them down and try to annihilate them. But these people have gone from continent to continent, performing genocide over genocide over genocide. How much more do we need to see?
Yeah.
How much more do we need to see to realize that these people don't have regular rationale?
It's true. And they just feel so entitled. And it's like they try to take credit for everything. Like,
exactly.
All the inventions that Black people made when they were slaves and the masters just paid for it to get, trademarked, and they act like it was theirs. And even with the pyramids, trying to say that even aliens built them rather than Black people being smart enough to build them.
Listen. And somebody is in the audience saying, well, you know what? Let me let you go because it's been over 10 minutes. I want to keep the calls to 10 minutes now. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
Hug your little sonny for me. Am I on speakerphone?
Yes.
Where's he now?
Oh, my baby. He's right here.
Hey, sweetie pie. Good night. You should be in bed right now.
Yes, I'm getting ready for bed now, Miss Tonya. You don't want to talk no more?
Oh, he quiet now. Okay.
Yes.
All right, have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right. All right, so my question is, how much longer do we see what is written right before us and continue to act like we're not seeing it? You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Mommy.
Your name is Mommy?
Yes.
How do you spell that?
M-O-N-I.
Oh, Moni. Okay, Mommy, M-O-N-I. All right, so you're on the air live. What's your comment, Mommy?
You
need to turn down the computer in the background. I hear an echo.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so I was just calling because I wanted to rant.
Okay, somebody's saying raise the vibe of agape. Listen, only the Most High Creator has agape love. Everything else is conditional. And I am not going to be the one talking about while you beating me. No, it's not. You're going to back the hell up off me. Simple as that. You go to Christ if you want agape, and they even murdered him. So go forward, Monty.
Okay, so I'm about to go to a clinic tomorrow because I just found out that I was pregnant, and the person that got me pregnant told to tell me he don't want anything to do with the pregnancy.
Oh, that is hard. So what are you going to do at the clinic?
Do the confirmation of birth and I guess start the process.
Do the confirmation of birth. What?
Yes.
What's that?
Yes, like when you first go to the clinic, they just run a test. You have to take a pregnancy test.
Oh.
And they start the process.
The process of what? Of you going to give birth? I'm trying to find out if you're terminating your pregnancy.
No, I'm not terminating it. It's just I gotta confirm it. That's like the first thing they're supposed to do is take a test to make sure I'm pregnant, even though I took it at home.
So what is it that you want to rant about?
I just want to rant about I don't want to do this by myself, and I'm kind of upset. It's like I'm numb. This is not my first rodeo, but at the same time, I just feel like men always complain about women being scorned and being angry, but what you supposed to do when someone just up and leave?
You have to turn on your computer in the background because I hear the echo.
Okay.
All right. So I'll say this, right? Look, there's two different things going on here, right? Listen, most of the children born out there were born through the naivete, ignorance, and hopefulness of womb holders. Most of the children born. Most of the children born out there were born from people who would have done things different way if they had the opportunity, right? It's up to you as womb holder. Remember, we were talking about just before you came onto this call. How long do we see a thing and pretend like we don't see what it is that we see? For a nigga to walk away from his baby means that nigga ain't shit. He don't love himself. Yet, you are over there busting open your pussy for somebody who doesn't love himself. You bust open your pussy for the type of person who, when you find out that you are carrying the fruit of their loins inside of your womb, they said they want nothing to do with you and their offspring. This is who you bust open your gap for. And so, so you're like, I don't want to do this alone. How much of that desire to not do it alone predicated your or altered your behavior before the fact? People used to always ask me, Tonya, how do you have enough money to travel? Because when Tonya travels, I travel for, it used to be 30 days at a minimum. People used to be like, Tonya, how do you have enough money to travel? I have enough money to travel, and I travel, and this is why the pandemic did not affect me. The pandemic didn't affect me because years ago, I saw the weakness in working for a salary. So that if you are not able to work for that salary, you're not able to get money. If you're ill, you're not able to get money. I saw the weakness in it, and I realized that I did not want to be a part of that system, so much so that I did the things that I needed to do to make sure that I had the type of life that I needed to have so that if I wanted to go away for 30 days, I could go away for 30 days. You say that you don't want to do this alone, but your behavior and your choices, the person that you chose, is in conflict with what it is that you're saying. Now, if you're of a certain age and you're like, you know what, I want to have a baby. I just, you know what, I want to procreate. I wanted another child. I'm still young. That's a different story. And I think that for far too many of us, we're not realistic about what it is that we truly want. Do we want the baby, or do we want the marriage, the husband, and all of those things because we didn't make sure that we had that before we got the baby?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I just think that the words that he told me, he was trying to trigger a button. He was trying to be evil and spiteful, and it just keeps replaying in my head. Like, why me? Like,
yes, and yet and
it's
still,
I'm surprised.
yet
He
and
just did
still,
a complete 360.
you are still going to spend 9 months carrying the offspring of this man who has told you how it is that he feels. You're going to spend 9 months with this in a state where you do not want to be in. You don't want to be a single mother going through. Who's going to bring you ice cream and rub your feet and get your cravings? Who are you going to lash out at when you're feeling crabby and you want to just express yourself? Who's going to give you some penis when you got those pregnancy hormones making you horny? Who's going to comfort you while you are incubating this child inside of your body, incubating this child in your body? Who is going to being pregnant is not easy. Yet even after this man told you how it is that he felt, you are still going to go through. So you want the baby more than you want not to do it alone. And that's fine, but at least be honest about that. Because there are options. There are options.
I mean, I understand there's options, but if I'm not working right now. Now, if I was working, I would make do the arrangements to get the other option done. But because I'm not working, I don't have that option.
Now, you see, you can lie to me if you want to, but you can't lie to yourself, because you know that this is not a money issue. You know it's not. It never is. It never is. And listen, I'm not telling you what to do, because you know in your heart what it is that you want to do. But I think that it's important for you to speak out loud what it is that you want to do. You want to have this baby. Otherwise, you would figure out a way not to. It's as simple as that. And you want to be miserable. Otherwise, you would figure out a way not to be miserable. Because listen, honey, this is your choice. You are choosing this. And so please love your choice. Stand up with your choice. Don't try to seem like this is some mistake, like you don't have a choice in the matter. You have a choice right now. And what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to spend 9 months of this pregnancy pining, oh, this person did me wrong, oh, and then this baby come out, oh, if only I had this, no. Stand up for your choice. I am choosing to be a single mother. I am choosing this. Because I can guarantee you, if you had the money, you would not use the money to terminate this pregnancy, because it's not a money thing. You want to have this baby, and that's fine. Procreating is beautiful, but please stand in your choice as womb holder. You are the gatekeeper for life. You are the one that controls which human beings come into this world and which don't. And there's a part of you that wants this baby. You sound happy talking about going to get the confirmation of birth. So stand in your decision.
I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm happy. I just want to, I guess because I'm a Virgo, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. And I'm trying to just get myself back in a happy spot. Like I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. I want peaceful things to happen in my life, and I do want that.
All right then. So you got a sperm donor, and hopefully some good sex out of it. So enjoy the baby that the sperm donation created. Because if you wanted to be married first, you would have been married first if that was a priority for you. If it was a priority for you to have the type of man that would have stuck around, you would have been with the type of man that would have stuck around.
Okay.
But that's not a priority, and that's fine. That's fine. Stand in your decision. I'm very happy for you. You're happy about giving birth? Go for it. And send me pictures of this chubby fat baby when the baby comes out. Okay?
I will.
All right. Have a good night.
All right.
You know, there was somebody, before this person called in, there was somebody in the comments who was saying that Black men don't build, and that's why our neighborhoods look the way that they do. But yet children continue to be born. Black babies continue to be born, right? So if it was a priority of ours to be with men who build, we would make sure that we were with men who built before we laid down and gave them all of our coochikins. You know what I mean? We would make sure that we would be with people who we select. And it's like,
hello.
You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hey, my name is Ashley, and I'm from Detroit. I just called in.
What's your name? Ashley Anna?
Yes, Ashley from Detroit.
Oh, hi, Ashley. All right, so what's your you want to rant, rave, or shoot the shit?
Probably all of it. And I'll make this real quick.
Oh my goodness, hold on for just 1 second. I just read something that I didn't even pick up on. There's somebody who's saying she's not working, yet she's going to have this baby. Like, she said that part of the reason that she couldn't afford to terminate the pregnancy was because she wasn't working. Yet now is the time that she's bringing a child into the world. It's like we make things tough on ourselves for ourselves. Anyway, Ashley, go ahead. What is your comment this evening?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to make the comment that young lady who just called in that's considering having an abortion. I mean, I just want to rant that that's the reason why the abortion numbers are so high in the Black community, because our men are not willing to be responsible for the children they create, be it if they're married. I know people that are married who have had abortions because the guy didn't want another one, or long-term relationships, or whatever the case may be. We have to be honest with ourselves as women to admit that our men are not being responsible. And in this economic climate and moving forward, it's important to have dual income. Even if you do co-parent, there's women that have waited until their late 30s and dudes can't even, adhere to the agreement that was made beforehand. Our men are not being responsible, and they want to blame the women for it. So
somebody is saying that you shouldn't call them our men because they date out so much. That's what someone in the comments is saying.
And you know what? I'm glad you corrected me on that. That's right. The men that share our genetics as far as what race we are, they're looking for other women. They are not keeping their community together. That means building and spending their money economically in our community as well. So I just want any man out there that's hearing this, and women too, to know that men have blood on their hands as well. And any woman that wants to act like it's solely on women, there's a lot of Negroes and niggas out there that change their mind and their word is not their bond. They're not like Italians in those movies that they claim that they want to be like, or pick up the nicknames, because those men had their word was their bond. So she shouldn't even have to go through that situation, because she may be young and don't have a job, but I know a lot of Black women in Detroit who are older and established going through the same shit. The common denominator is the men. So I just wanted to make that be known, and that's just what I think about the situation.
Okay, all right. Listen, I absolutely agree, and people inside of the comments are talking about women making proactive choices. And, I think it's important for us to choose good. You're gonna bring a child into this world who is going to need to be an upstanding citizen. You don't want to choose their father wisely. I mean, you know what? It's like, listen, I hate to say it, but in evolution, so the government assistance that is given to people takes away a woman's natural instinct to choose a man who's a provider, because there's this safety net, and they don't make these good choices, and then they have to turn around and be on assistance and all this other stuff. And listen, I love babies. I love babies. Babies are a blessing. Creating new human beings is a miracle. However, it's like we make these lifelong choices with people who we shouldn't even been in temporary situations with, people who shouldn't even got past the second date. And we make lifelong choices, bringing another human being into this world. And do we consider that this baby is going to come out and look for its father? What type of father did you as a woman choose for him? And then you know what? It's like, I'm so tired of women not taking reproductive choice into their own hands. You know, it's like Black women are constantly feeling guilted by this, but white people don't play that. They don't play that guilt. They do what they need to do, and then they go off to college and they do what the hell they need to do. Their parents say, no more of this shit. Let's get down to we're gonna take care of this. And then for many of them, their doctors would not write down, their race on the paperwork to keep the statistics, you know what I mean? Like if you watch exactly, keep the statistics low so that
I believe it too, and I've had this conversation.
Yeah, so it's like it's us. We perpetuate this poverty, and then we complain about the poverty, and then we have niggas looking us in our face and in our eyes, telling us that we ain't shit, and that the babies we carrying ain't shit, and that what we go and we do is we go spend the next 9 months incubating that motherfucker's child? You got to be, are you kidding me? You gonna incubate somebody's child who tells you ain't shit? Please. So that their DNA, their family tree could live on forever through you, instead of doing what it is that you need to do to take care of what you need to take care of and then make better choices. She said that wasn't her first rodeo. So she knows better. She did what she did because she's probably of a certain age where she wanted to have children. So I respect that. But we need to respect ourselves enough to speak the truth. I wish a mother would, because it's like you got two choices. Either you want the baby or you want the man with the baby. Because if you want the man with the baby and you know that you can't have the man with the baby, then what's your other choice? And meanwhile, he gets to know, this woman is carrying my fruit, my child into this world, and I don't have to do nothing. Just sit there. And then have somebody else do all of the heavy lifting. Now she got to spend 9 months of her pregnancy alone. During the pandemic at that.
Well, yeah, and that's true. And yes, white women do have abortions at the same rate, especially in college, because we all know white women like to run around and sleep with Black men, and they'd be damned if they bring a Black baby home. They have abortions early, and they have it throughout their life. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of white people, and I know they get down, but I'm not really worried about them. I'm worried about the fact that I have to be a fellow sister that calls in with this kind of dilemma, but she should stand on it. If she wants to have a kid, she should want to have a kid, because I think a lot of times a lot of women in our community are ashamed for wanting to be mothers. I mean, there's nothing wrong with naturally wanting to be a mother. I understand about this choosing the right guy. So let me tell you something. I've done my fair share of dating out my race and dating white boys, and they ain't shit either. Believe me, they know that Black women are in the position they're in, and they're trying to capitalize on it. I know white women who are 40 who want to be married and have kids too. So for those women out there that start in this world, whatever you want to call it, men are dogs these days. That's why you got MGTOW. MGTOW was founded by white men because that's how they feel about things. So just men in general are trash these days, or all of them. So
yes, exactly. So the thing is, right? If you know what it is, and you just want some sperm, why not get the best damn sperm you could get? I mean, if you know are willing to be a single mother, why delude yourself? Just go to a Mensa conference, somebody who's super smart, or go to some super athlete, whatever it is that you want to create your child of, and just go get yourself some sperm donation and just go have your baby. Because like I said, most of the babies that are born to women who are young and dumb. and made foolish choices. But this is the cycle of life. It's the cycle of life. But if you know what it is and you know that you just want to have a baby, go get yourself, go to Neil deGrasse Tyson's conference and see some of them neuroscientists and this astrophysicists and them people in the audience. Go pull one of their ties into your hotel room, have your rapid HIV test ready, and then just go do what you can. Get yourself some super sperm, and if anything, you might have a better chance of having a father for the child if you do it that way. Because he'll be like, oh my gosh, you're having my baby? You know what I'm saying? And be like, yes, boo. We have a little astrophysicist, and you showed him a little T-shirt with the solar system on it.
Right.
But to go out there and get some broke down niggas who's gonna leave you while you unemployed, talking about he don't give a F about you or the goddamn baby you carrying, please. And look, listen, I'm telling you, if anything, go to an whatever you call those things. Go to one of those conferences and go pull some. And it's like, because at the end of the day, if you could choose to be alone with a baby, or have some nerdy guy who will worship you, take care of the baby, and be making enough money to care for your family, who you gonna choose? To be a single mother with some nigga out there in the street talking about you ain't shit, bitch, and I don't care about you and your effing baby, and just say, or a little nerdy dude who may not have ever found somebody as pretty as you, and you go walk that thing down punny, and he walk up the bumper down pan the man pool, and you done send the man in that orbit. And he said, well, what this year? Me and Otis Pierce. Like, I'm not even Caribbean and I'm in Otis Pierce. And then you just go from there. You go from there and you be like, guess what, baby? Come on.
Well, it's interesting that someone in your chat said that they're too smart for that, and I would have to agree. I live in Michigan, and there's a lot of people in STEM and engineering, and those dudes aren't just so sloppy with their seeds like the ones who don't have shit. That's real talk. I don't know who said that. I think Cass, Andrew, or whatever, however you pronounce it. I'm sorry to butcher that, but you're right. Those smart dudes.
Oh, please. Go take the warmth of your crotch and put it on a man and see whether or not he can pull himself away. Stop this madness. It is not difficult to get semen. Just go take the heat of your punani and make your hand touchy and see whether or not he could pull back from that fiery hot wetness. Please, go grapple the man. Get yourself, please, sloppy with seed. Men are men and they have internal driving forces. Once their blood leaves their head and they're not thinking straight, please pull them into your hotel room and go put that heat punny and see what happened. Please. What else?
It's so funny. But yeah, you might point on.
Am I lying though? Am I lying?
No.
All right then. Let me ask any of the men in the audience right here. We're gonna do a survey. The numbers are gonna be 2 and 3, and we already know what the answer is. If you have a penis and are male, please answer this question in the audience. If you are able to resist the hot heat between a wet woman's legs, if you can resist feeling that heat upon you, if the answer is yes, you can resist it, put up the number 2. If you know you can't resist it, put up a 3. Come on, let's tell the truth out there. That hot heat, you know what I'm talking about. Listen, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate your call. All right.
That's funny.
All right. So, listen. All right. Phone lines are open. We just shooting the shit tonight. Ain't no topic. It's rants, raves, and shooting the breeze. We'll call it that. You were on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, Tonya. It's Mimi. How you doing?
Hi, Mimi. Welcome. So what is your comment this evening?
I was just wanting to talk on, I guess, like what the last caller said. I'm currently working and I'm trying to transition into the STEM field.
Okay.
And because it's like a male-dominated industry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to get the best sperm out there for my seed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because it's hard on me and my friends. It's hard dating. I'm located in Florida.
Hold on, I'm sorry, Bibi. Hold on. Because the men ain't coming out. They don't listen. They don't want to vote. And you know there's men in the audience. They silent now. They don't want to vote. But we know what the answer is. Any woman out there who has ever split open and touched a man, touched him with the inner crotch. Go ahead.
I agree. So I'm on the dating apps and I changed my location to Seattle, and there are a bunch of nerds just hitting me up.
Yes.
I have my nice red dress on. I have these nice pictures, and they're flooding my inbox.
Oh, I bet they are. Oh yes, a tsunami.
So I agree. I think that so my friend, she's located in Florida. No, I'm located in Jacksonville. She's located in Miami. And in Miami, there's a lot of people running wild. Not a lot of people that I find compatible or in the direction I want to see my future in. And I'm like, I told myself, so what industry, what field that I can be in that's male dominated, that I can find suitable men for me and my child, for my offspring.
Yeah. And the best thing about these nerds and these programmers, the best thing about them is that a lot of them are socially awkward. So you don't have to worry about all of these other women you don't have to worry about all of that. You don't have to worry. But you may have to deal with some social awkwardity. You know what I mean? And some weirdness. Like some of them are weird. But I would rather be with a person who's weird than a person who is weird and is there every day than a person who got all the swag and you don't know where he is.
Exactly. And I know my friend, he told me a story that one of her guy friends he's getting played because he's chasing after the most, I guess it was a Colombian girl that he was chasing after out of his league, and he's getting mad all these women is they're looking for dates. And I'm thinking, just date within your lane, date within, who's compatible. Just because people are fly and flashy doesn't mean that they're the right person for you. So I'm from Miami, I'm from fly and flashy. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for men that are educated, men who have engineering degrees, and men who are thinking about the future, who are owning assets, who's willing to take care of their children.
Exactly. And somebody's out there saying that scientists cheat as well. I'm not saying, if you listen to my sentence, I said the ones that are socially awkward. And that is what it is. They're socially awkward. They don't really know how to talk to girls. This is why you go there in your red dress and your push-up bra, your high heels, your 6-inch platform stilettos, and you pull him into your hotel room. And if you just want to have a baby, because it's like, what are we doing, Black women? I would rather a person come on this line and say, you know what, Tonya, I got to the age where my clock was ticking, I wanted to have a baby, and I deliberately went out and got pregnant. Than a person talking about, how did this happen what you could do?
And I don't know, I just think that because a lot of, there's not a lot of Black people in the STEM field. So I just think that, I don't know, I want to date within my race, but it seems like I would have to date out of my race. And I have to, but that's looking like the option because...
You know what? Find love where you find love. Because you know what? I love Negroid features. I love the dark skin. I know that a child with dark skin is going to have more hurdles to jump over, which will make this child a stronger child. However, I am a chromosexual. I be watching prime time like,
So I see. Oh, I wanted to say, so just a sidetrack, I guess it Pastor Gray, he was.
You have to talk into the
his
microphone. You have to talk into the microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry?
It just went low for some reason all of a sudden.
Oh, I was saying
this
that
back now.
Pastor Gray.
Oh, yeah. I heard about him cheating again. See what I'm saying?
So I just don't know. I don't know the
Cuomo sexual, as in Chris Cuomo. I'm a Cuomo sexual. Go ahead.
I don't know what's the outcome for the Black people here in the U.S. I just don't know. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's like, we're not getting anywhere. That's how I feel. Like Black women collectively, if we're like making these bad choices, we're like penalizing ourselves and our offspring. So like I said before, just choose the best person to mate with.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yes. You know what? If you can't find a person who will be there, find a man who has money and his money will be there. If you can't find a man with money who will be there, then find a man who has good genes and do it on your own. But preferably, right? It's like we so busy, finding people that we want to conquer and that we want to, I don't want to say trap, but we want to find people who don't want what we want. We try to force these people into wanting what it is that we want, and then we end up in these really bad situations. So it's like, if you can't find a man with money, if you can't find a man with money, I guess maybe find a man who's gonna be there and then you support. I ain't gonna even say that come out of my mouth. But why find a man with no money who's not going to be there too? It don't make no sense. I'm confused. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And I tell my friends all the time, I was like, you always need to get a man with money. There's no way. I'm not fortunate, I'm Black, like my parents, are immigrants. I'm not fortunate to have what the white women have, like a trust fund, or grandpappy has like an oil refinery. I don't have those things. So I have to think strategically on how to procreate.
Yes, and somebody is saying a man with money, that you have to find a man who's generous. I'll say this. We have some pretty good child support laws in this country. So whether he wants to be generous or not, if he has money, the courts are still going to, they're still going to give you your 17%. So what his generosity, I mean, it's nice to be able to find a man with money who's generous, but if we're just talking about finding a donor, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, because I feel like we're mixing messages here. If you're just talking about finding a donor, find a donor who has some money. It's as simple as that. But to find a donor who has no money and who's not gonna abandon you too, no.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I don't know, and I was always concerned about getting pregnant at a young age, because I didn't want to become a statistic, but I knew I didn't have the resources. I knew I was poor. I knew if I would have had a child at a younger age, that would have crippled me personally. I knew that for sure.
Right.
So I said to myself, hello?
Yeah, I said right.
And I said to myself, I need to make the best decisions. I need to go to school. I need to get a degree, and I need to position myself where I'm around people that make money.
And when you go up to Seattle or Palo Alto, California, you'll be right in the mix of it. Go be in the mix. Go put on your little red dress and the lipstick and go for it, girl.
But thank you. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, you have a good evening. All right. So, I mean, what am I saying that's wrong, that people are arguing with? Because I think what I'm saying makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think what I'm saying makes sense. You're on the air live with Tonya. Turn down your computer. Hello? Yes, hi, I need you to turn on your computer in the background.
Hi, my name is Daniel Drummer.
Hi, when you call up, I'm so sorry. I need you to, when I ask you to turn on your computer, if you can hear me through the phone, that means you're on the air. You have to turn on your computer in the back, not listen and then answer 5 seconds later because of the delay. So, let's see. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
So this is Daniel Drummer.
Hi, Daniel. What's your comment this evening?
So I'm a LGBTQ male, and I feel as if a lot of things you were saying is not inappropriate, but it's why I feel as if it's just perpetuating rape culture and why a lot of men and or women are hesitant to come forward about their allegations, because you speaking of it and take them into this room and you can get pregnant this way, and it don't work that way. I don't feel as if it's not that easy.
Yeah, you know, you're gay, so it's very different for you. It's very different because gay men have to have all of these conversations about and preparations. You know, you have to prepare your anus. You have to converse with the person to figure out who's the top, who's the bottom, who's going to be top in this situation, who's going to be bottom. And you're dealing with another person who could be as strong or stronger than you. When I'm telling a woman to go to the conference and pull a man into your hotel room, men are stronger than women. If he doesn't want to be pulled into that room, he won't go into that room. This is not a perpetuation of rape culture. This is a perpetuation of seduction and the art thereof. So it's difficult for you to really grasp because you're coming from a different, don't try it. I'm not talking to gay men. I would not suggest, there's already too much fucking going on in the black gay male community. Too much unknown fucking. And there's no baby that comes from that. So the reproductive driving forces are very different. So if there's something that you want to talk about in terms of how you feel about being with a man or something, but you cannot talk for men who are with women. Let's do a survey. It's going to be let's do a survey. The survey is going to be 4, right? The survey is, let's see, because we'll come back to the 4, and we did 5 earlier, so 6 and 7, right? So the survey is going to be 6 and 7, right? For the men who are in the audience who are heterosexual, right? If you would have no problem with a woman pulling you into a room and offering you some of that hot wetness, if you would have no problem with that, put up a 6. If you would have a problem with that, of her putting her warm vagina on you, put up a 7. If you're going to be like, I punch you in your crotch, bitch. Ooh, get off of me. If that's how you're going to be, put up a number 7. They're putting up 6s, dear. The men don't have an issue with it. Heterosexual men are not afraid of a vagina. They like that vagina.
I'm not speaking from anyone's personal experience. I'm talking about statistics.
What statistics? You feel that men are on average out there being raped so much by women at conferences? That's what you feel?
Men don't speak up about their allegations, sexual assault allegations.
Yeah, you know what? That's when it comes to
on your platform and this idea that women can just force women into rooms is this idea of
force.
Culture.
If there's a person who is weaker than you, smaller than you, there's no force.
I feel like you be telling women, giving women that idea.
Okay, well, you know what? Listen, there are many men out there who are waiting, willing, and able to be raped by a woman. They want it. They want it. So what's your comment now? We look at the survey. They already answered. They don't mind. They want it. They want it. You see, one of the things that troubles me, right? And then also, like Melody said, I did not say anything about forcing. I didn't say anything about forcing. If a man doesn't want to come into a room, he's not going to come. One of the things that troubles me about the LGBTQ PIA, especially the T community, is people attempting to supplant their experiences with another person's experience. You have sex with men. You have sex with people who are at varied degrees of strength in comparison to yours. So
You're really taking it to a whole nother level, man.
You have sex with men. If you're gay, you have sex with men.
All I said was, I was just letting you know my identity, so you know.
But you have sex with men. It's not the same. It's not the same. Having sex with a man and having sex with a woman is not the same. What is?
Bring up my sex life.
Okay, well, you're interested in men. If you're gay, you're interested in men. What? I don't understand. Are you interested in vagina? You like punani? Do you like the folds of a slippery, wet oyster of a vagina? You like that? The slippery, silky pink on the inside? You like that wet? Huh? You like that? Do you like that wet? Do you like the inner walls of a woman's vagina with that ribbed G-spot up at the top with that clitoris that sticks out?
I'm giving you your views right now, honey.
Huh? I'm trying to find out if you like punani. Because if you don't like punani, then you like peenie. Listen, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate your call. All right, you have a good evening.
Sign me up.
All right. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Cece.
Hi, Cece. What's your comment this evening?
My comment, sorry to go back to that with the other female. I just turned 36.
With the other woman? I'm sorry, the other woman? You're talking about a woman because you said female, so female is not descriptive enough.
Oh, the other woman who was talking about debating on whether to have her baby or an abortion or whatever.
Okay. Make sure that your computer's turned on in the background because I hear an echo.
It's on speakerphone. Is that better?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, because it's on pause. I was watching on TV. Well, I just want to say I just turned 36 and I got tired of waiting. So I went to a fertility clinic and I just had my baby by myself.
Okay.
I take care of my baby by myself. I have my baby by myself. So it can be done. You don't have to have a man if you don't want that life. Like, I do want a man. And eventually, if he come along and if it's a good man who's going to be responsible and raise a child with me, then that'll be fine. But I'm not going to wait around forever to, you know what I'm saying, to have a child. So I did it by myself.
Wow. You know what? You're the first person I've known who has gone to a clinic and gotten an official donor. So what was that like?
Yeah,
did you have to look through a book? How did you do it?
First, because most people think I did in vitro, which I didn't. So it was my eggs, but they didn't take it out of my body. So I went, it's 2 different clinics you have to go to or whatever. I live in Illinois, so first you go online to the fertility clinic or whatever. You search and you find which donor you want to pick. And then you go to the other fertility clinic. Well, you go to the sperm bank, and then you go to the other fertility clinic, and you have them ship the sperm to the fertility clinic, and they implant it inside of me.
Oh wow! Did you get a black donor, white donor, Latino?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a black donor. He graduated from college. He's 6 feet tall.
Ooh.
He's medium build, dark skin.
Ooh.
Likes to play sports. So yeah, that's what I got. And so that's what I do. And right now, my grandma, she watches the child while I'm at work, but I'm working on trying to be a stay-at-home parent. So I'm working on like a couple of things to work from at home now. So far, like my own business and whatever. Because I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Look at that! And when you want to have a sibling, can you go back for the same donor?
Yeah, I should have. they tell you to buy the sperm like more than one at a time, but I didn't. So hopefully, when I go back, it's still in stock because I do want her to have a sibling because I'm the only child and my mom is the only child.
Oh,
on our mother's
wow.
side. So yeah, I do want one more when she turns 1.
Oh, so
I
how
just
how
had
long?
her in May. So she's asleep right now. I just had her in May. So.
Oh, wow. So you had her
Yeah.
during the pandemic. So she's only, what, 3 months
Yeah.
old now at this point.
Yeah, it was rough. Trust me, it was rough.
I bet. Wow, this is so inspiring. This is really inspiring. So did you get to see his picture or just read his description?
Huh?
Did you get to see his picture or just read the description?
No, it's different websites where you can see the picture, but the website that I bought my sperm from, it wasn't a picture. So I didn't see how he looked, so I don't know.
Oh, and I bet your baby's such
And
a
then
cutie.
you can also do open and close. Well, the guy can pick open and close whether they can be contacted when the baby turns 18 or not, and he chose not to, which is fine with me anyway.
Oh, okay. So people want to know what you're going to tell the baby about who her father is when she gets old enough to understand.
Me, I'm going to tell the truth. I mean, I want her to have the traditional life, and when she, get old enough, she want to get married or whatever, that's fine and dandy. But I also want to teach her that you don't have to wait. Like, don't settle and have, like you said, a baby with someone who don't want to have a baby with you.
Yeah.
That's why I did it that way. So I'm gonna tell her like I wanted to so bad that this is what I did.
Yes. Wow.
And if I find like if I find a man next year or the year after that, then he can legally adopt her. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, and you know what? The best part is that there's no baby daddy drama.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want because I'm the only child by my mom, but I'm not the only child by my dad, and he hasn't been in our lives. Like it's 5 of us with 4 different baby moms, and I know I wasn't gonna do that. We're not gonna play those games.
Yeah. So, wow. Yeah. How interesting. So, what was it like being pregnant with yourself instead of with a partner?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, how was it?
To do that. If you really want the baby, like you said, if you just want a donut, you can do that. You can do it the way that you're doing it, or you can do it the other way, the way that I'm doing it. Like if you want a baby, submit it. Like I want a baby. So
I will add an addendum. I'll add an addendum. You can go to the seminar or you can go to the clinic. So either or. That might help the last guy who called out.
It's a lot of clinics. You just got to do your research because there is, it's complications like with everything else, Some of them had lawsuits against them or whatever. But, you have
what do you mean lawsuits?
And downs with anything. So you just got to pick the right.
What lawsuits?
I picked Midwest.
Wait, some of the sperm banks got lawsuits?
Huh?
Some of the sperm banks have lawsuits against them.
Yes, because they might have mixed the sperm up, or they got like the wrong babies, stuff like that. The wrong sperm, like if they wanted a white baby and got a black baby or something like that. Like they have lawsuits, but you can see all that online.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Make sure you do the proper research.
So you chose a place with no mix-ups.
Yeah, the least amount. That's what I picked. The least amount.
So they all have lawsuits, and you just chose the place with the least amount.
Yeah. Because the thing is, you know how these companies are tricky. Like they act like they're not owned by the same people. So the one in California can be owned by the same one in like let's say Wyoming or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a mother company. You know what I'm saying? Like a bigger company or whatever, a father company.
Got you.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for calling in and giving that bit because now we have a new perspective. So you could go, either route.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Either route.
This is just another alternative.
Like, you have options. I'm totally agreeing with you. Like you have options, ladies.
Yes, so, absolutely.
Thank
you so much for calling in. All right. So you know what? This has been an educational show for all of us. I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to come out and do this live show. We didn't have a topic, but we came up with some nonetheless. You're on the air live with Tonya. I need you to turn down your computer in the background.
Hello?
Yes, what's your name?
Hi. Lawanda.
Hi, Lawanda. So what is your comment?
I didn't
this
even think
evening?
I was going to get through.
And you're the last caller of the day. So what is your topic, Lawanda?
I don't know. I just wanted to say hi. I logged in kind of late, so I just wanted to say hi. I always wanted to call your show and say hi. So I just love you.
I love you
And,
too.
Yeah, stay safe. Everybody out there, stay safe and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
yeah.
And if you
are you in New York right now?
I am. And if you all hear about me at a STEM conference, you already know what the deal is. Don't DM me. Don't PM me. You already know what's going on. If you
I'm currently in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, well listen, that's where they said
New York.
the nerds are at with the money. So you go get you some.
Yeah. Yes. So you have a good night. Stay blessed. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep bringing us the best topics and etc. So y'all take care.
All
Bye.
right. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
All right. So, listen, we got a lot of interesting calls in this evening. You know what I'm saying? So she got off quickly, so we're going to do another call because I don't like these shows to go more than 2 hours. Let's see what the dealio is.
You have reached the voicemail box of...
Uh-oh. Well, that person's not available. Let's see. All right, let's see. And the person is calling me now. But look, you got to be answering your phones. I don't know who Tim Norman is.
Hello.
You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, Tonya. This is Simone.
Hi, Simone. So talk to us. What's your comment this evening?
Wow. There have been so many topics and
Child ain't there. We done got into man on man. We done talked about the sperm clinics, donors, them conferences. We done talked about it all.
I know. And so my situation is I always think about, because I had my children very early.
Mm-hmm.
I was 19 when I had my first son and 23 when I had my second. Now I'm 35.
Okay.
And I have had the worst experiences with children's fathers. I have two of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to talk from like a place of like, you really have to know who you're dealing with. And if you are going to go ahead with a pregnancy, knowing, because I feel like some women, they act like having a baby is going to change this man because what? Because you saw your friends do it, or like this man has given you no examples, or maybe he has, but not enough to where you should be sure that he's going to be a good father.
Yeah.
So if you're going to take it upon yourself to say, I'm going to have this baby, then you have to be strong and be willing to do that yourself.
Yes.
And there are those options out there where you might have to have assistance, because that's what I had to do when I was very young. But I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hop online and complain about it.
Mm.
I still don't have a good, I don't even want to say good. I don't even have an average relationship with my children's fathers. But I don't complain about it. And I just and I will say this. I knew long ago that they weren't going to be there. And I have two sons.
You know what? Let's do this. Let me put you on pause and then we'll come right back, okay? Because I want to continue the conversation, all right? So I'm going to put you on pause right now. Hold on for just one moment. All right. So listen, we are coming upon the 2-hour mark, and you know I don't like to broadcast for more than 2 hours, because downloading the videos to create snippets, you can't, once it gets to like 3 hours, you got to get some special program to do it. So I like to get out of here 2 hours. So this is what we can do. We can continue the conversation. Let me see. Should we continue the conversation here or go over to Facebook? I don't know what to do because, you know, I like broadcasting on both platforms because the engagement, right? Oh, you know, yeah, Facebook does get very weird. Facebook is a weird place. All right, so what we'll do is we'll end this broadcast and then we'll come right back. So what are we going to be talking about for the second hour? We're going to be talking about what? I guess we're talking about baby daddies, sperm trick babies, and everything in between. So let's get out of here. I'm going to come right back, so just refresh your screen, okay?